So you're talking about how it's like 23 chromosomes from mom and from dad. So what about like in cases where it was like a deletion of chromosomes, so you get 45X, for example, would they be less important?
Good question.
Like just relate to that. So I'm not sure what your thoughts are on ensoulment, but like let's say that if the soul life is a moment of conception, then that would make it wrong to abort. Well, like if it splits into a monozygotic twin, would it be okay to abort one of them since presumably they each have half of the soul?
Good, very good question. In terms,
what's the question?
Like the concept of persons, what is that defined as? Is it 23 or 46 chromosomes? Or
it's not 46 chromosomes because, as you validly point out, it is sometimes we have chromosomal abnormalities. But the DNA, whatever number it ends up being, generally 23 from the dad and 23 from the mother. As I understand, it's always 23 in each, but it's when they combine those, that's where we get the problem, isn't it? Or sometimes it's, regardless, we know they're human. And that's my point, is that yes, we can have chromosomal abnormalities, but still of the same species. So whether it's 23 or a slightly off number, 23 or slightly off number, and they combine to form 46 or slightly another number, we still know they're of the human species. And that is the beginning of who, let's say, is currently a 20-year-old. We can trace, scientifically, biologically, we can trace their beginning point back to fertilization in a way we can't trace back to being a sperm or whatever the case may be. In the case of twinning, the fact that one human being has this incredible ability early in life to suddenly split into two human beings does not mean prior to the split we didn't have one human being. There's a worm that if you cut it in half, the flatworm, two will crawl on the table. Well, it doesn't mean that we didn't have one worm prior to the split. We had one, now there is a second one. So we have a human being who begins his or her life at fertilization, just has this ability to split into an identical twin. In the case of ensoulment, I'm out again. Oh. In 30 seconds. In the case of ensoulment, really quick, that can't be proven scientifically, and that's constantly being debated, you would say, by philosophers or theologians. I would say you can't prove ensoulment. Some people could make an argument that we're not ensouled until we're 5. But because you can't prove it, you are on the side on the thing that we know we can prove, which is where we have a body, which is that one-celled zygote, the one-celled embryo. So I would argue where we have the body, to me, if someone believes in ensoulment, you probably have a soul when you have a body. But you can't prove that. It's irrelevant. We can prove the body so we protect the person who we know is alive.